everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's Shane. I'm back on location, back on the channel and back on location. Right behind me here, whole set of stairs. I'm on a different location than the last set of stairs I was at. This one is out here in a park, beautiful park here on a Sunday, as this is the day that I turn 59 years old. All right, different part of the same stairs. I'm actually, behind me now is the bottom of the stairs. I was just at the top of the stairs, and I figured it's actually pretty noisy at the top of the stairs because I'm right beside a road. A beautiful parks just over the other side of where I'm recording here, and these stairs lead down to the park, and I'm at the bottom. I have got a challenge for you if you're between the ages of 25 and 45 and you're listening to this. Now, if you're outside those ages, the challenge still applies. But this particular video learning episode is really going to be touching on those people who are in the bracket of male and female between 25 and 45 years old. So here's my challenge. Is your oxygen efficiency score, your VO2 max, better than mine? Today, I've just turned, as I said a moment ago, I've turned 59 years old. My VO2 max is much, much higher than people typically my age. If yours is behind me and you're in that age bracket, you could literally have life-threatening conditions growing inside you right now without even knowing it. Let me give you a quick snapshot of where I'm at today, the day I've turned 59. I've purposely come out and done some exercise today. I really wanted to do that. A year ago, my VO2 max was far below what it was. It was around between 28 and 33. Not bad, but nothing special. Average for my age group and for my gender. Today, it's risen to 50 milliliters per kilogram per minute. Puts me in the top 1 to 2% of people for my age on a worldwide basis. But here's what really shocked me. That number that I've been able to work diligently to get my VO2 max up to is higher than the average 25-year-old man. Let that just sink in for a minute. At 59, I have a better oxygen efficiency than most people half my age. Now, it's not because I'm genetically gifted, and it's not because I was some kind of lifelong athlete. I love playing sport, like where I'm at the sports fields that I'm at right now, when I was a teenager, but that was 40-something years ago. The reason I've got it high now is because I've exercised for it methodically, intentionally, and with one single goal: to protect myself from chronic diseases that start taking people out in their 50s and 60s, like my dad, who sadly was even younger, who died at 46 years of age, a sudden heart attack, apparently, from nowhere. Because here's the uncomfortable truth that most people don't want to hear. By the time you feel sick from diseases growing inside your body, which start between 25 and 45, it's often too late to reverse it if it's been building for 10 or 20 years. But what I want to do and finish off in this segment here, before I take you into the studio, to the New Science of Physical Health lab, is I want to take you and share with you, when we go into the lab in just a moment, exactly how diseases could be growing silently inside your body right now if you don't see a trend line of your VO2 max going up, if you don't raise your oxygen efficiency score. So as we cross to the studio, what you're about to learn are 6 life-saving health adaptations that, when you raise your VO2 max score into the top 2.5%, which I pursued, you'll be able to lower your clinical risk of sickness, disease, and premature death. You'll improve your chances at longevity and have a better health span, which is what my channel and my podcast, The New Science of Physical Health, is all about. All right, everybody, see you in the studio in just a moment. We're going to go through 6 of these molecular and physiological health adaptations that will happen to your body. 100% of the people who raise their VO2 max score, oxygen efficiency, what I'm about to share with you in the lab will happen to you. Back shortly. All right, everybody, welcome back to the New Science of Physical Health lab. I'm back off location from where I finished that exercise session and back in the studio. And we're going to go through now some different molecular and physiological health adaptations that will occur to your body if you go and pursue an incremental increase in your oxygen efficiency score, your VO2 max. Now, before we get to the 6 molecular changes, let me just pick out that beside is a diagram right here that's called the 4 catastrophic health risks. Look at the top of the mountain just here. If you are going to climb to the peak, as it were, in this framework, this is a framework from my book, The Perfect Health Lesson, to achieve the top of health and longevity and health span. So the amount of years that you live on this earth and how long you live without disease impacting you, and particularly the 4 catastrophic health risks. Look at what you've got here. There's the person climbing the mountain. And in order for you to get to having a high opportunity for a high likelihood of having an increased length of life and an increased health span, you're going to have to navigate, as you climb the mountain, the 4 major catastrophic health risks that you're going to be faced with. I'm faced with some of these as I talk to you. And here's what they are. Complications from excess weight, catastrophic cardiovascular events, heart attack and stroke, the number 1 killer for men and women worldwide, about 19 million people a year. The second leading cause of premature death and sickness and disease are cancer events, and it's about 8 million of those per year. High blood sugar and metabolic syndrome. I'm not going to go through all of those, but I wanted to show you this framework to show you that the climbing gear and the safety gear that will allow you to navigate those things you're going to be faced with. If you're in your 20s, in your 30s, in your 40s, in your 50s like me, I'm almost out of my 50s now, 59, then you're going to be faced with those, I guarantee it. But the safety gear that will allow you to climb to the top of the mountain to avoid the 4 catastrophic health risks and get to having longevity and get to having a great health span where you wake up every morning feeling like I do, really good, having slept well and can power through the day, is your climbing gear are your AQ points, activity quotient points, and your safety gear is your VO2 max. That's the framework. All right, with that in mind, let me now go and show you what happens inside the human body 100% of the time to people who use the safety gear and go and get high level of AQ points, activity quotient points, using our software, and also raising their VO2 max. All right, let's go to the next section. Let's tuck into the first molecular and physiological health adaptation that's on my list out of these 6 that will happen to you as a result of you raising your VO2 max. All right, beside me here, there's blue, we call it a cell organelle. The name for it is, as you can see there, is called mitochondria. And we're going to talk about something called mitochondrial upgrade. Most people have never heard of mitochondria. I got no idea what it is. Not something you learn about at school unless you have a biology or a science type background. And that's not the average person. The mitochondria, this organelle, it produces energy. And by raising your VO2 max, a magnificent, incredible, positive health adaptation happens to that organelle where there's millions of them throughout your body and through all your cells. That makes an incredible difference. Let's talk about what is a mitochondrial upgrade.
Part 1 of this video learning episode has ended. Part 2 has been uploaded and is ready to watch.
Hey, if you got value from this episode, don't forget to hit that subscribe button right now. Because every week, we are sharing new, science-backed ways to raise your VO2 max, lower disease risk, and build real medical protection through exercise. And here's something extra. We've got a free podcast called The New Science of Physical Health. It dives even deeper into the life-saving power of VO2 max, AQ points, and the exact strategies Shane uses in his own training at 59 years old. So subscribe here on YouTube and check the link in the description to get free access to the podcast. Your future health depends on what you do today, and we are here to help you get it right.